Chivalry was a concept or moral code that was created between 1170 and 1220. It was created in the northern regions of France and was created in order to keep knights in check. The exact 10 commandments of chivalry were: thou shalt believe all that the church teaches, and thou shalt observe all its direction. Thou shalt defend the church. Thou shalt respect all weaknesses, and shalt constitute thyself the defender of them. Thou shalt love the country in which you were born. Thou shalt not recoil before thine enemy. Thou shalt make war against the infidel without cessation and without mercy. Thou shalt perform scrupulously thy filial duties if they are not contrary to the laws of God. Thou shalt never lie, and shalt remain faithful to thy pledged word. Thou shalt be generous and give largesse to everyone. Thou shalt be everywhere and always the champion of the right and the good against injustice and evil. Chivalry was based on the word
chevalier,
a man of aristocratic standing and probably of noble ancestry, who is capable, if called upon, of equipping himself with a war horse and the arms of a heavy cavalryman, and who has been through certain rituals that make him what he is. Christianity and the church had a modifying influence on the classical concept of heroism and virtue, nowadays identified with the virtues of chivalry. The peace and truth of God in the 10th century was one such example, with limits placed on knights to protect and honor the weaker members of
society,
and also help the church maintain peace. At the same time, the church became more tolerant of war in the defense of the faith,
espousing
theories of just war, and liturgies were introduced which blessed a knight's sword and a bath of chivalric purification. Now here is Benedict. He is the son of a peasant who has sent him to become a page or the servant of a knight. He will later become a squire at the age of 15, and 6 years later become a knight himself. One day at the age of 6, he goes hiking and hears a voice coming from the water reservoir. The first few rules of chivalry are justice, good manners, and generosity. Benedict showed generosity and good manners by helping someone out of the water reservoir, and he showed justice by not leaving her in. When he reaches the bold age of 7, he is sent away to become a page and learns many things from the knight he served under. At 15, he becomes a squire and begins training. Years later, he officially becomes a knight and is knighted by the king. Now that he is knight, he goes to battle and is sent to war with the Spanish militants. The next rules of chivalry are courage, military prowess, honor, loyalty. Benedict showed courage and loyalty by not running away in battle, and achieved military prowess and honor by winning the battle. You may think that chivalry has died nowadays, since there are no more knights being sent to war, and even less mercy and generosity in war through the invention of guns. In reality, the chivalric ideal
persisted
into the early modern and modern period. The custom of the foundation of chivalric orders by Europe's monarchies and high nobility peaked in the late medieval period, but it persisted during the Renaissance and well into the Baroque and early modern period. Chivalry is also associated with romance and a man's treatment of a woman, which is what most people mean when they say chivalry. Examples of modern chivalry include 1. Opening a door. 2. Retrieving dropped items. 3. Walking on the outside of the sidewalk. 4. Giving up your seat. 쟤네가 하는 게 좋겠다, 야. 나는 그냥 그래 가장 좋아 가장 좋은 얘야. 이거.